Hello, it's me, Molly, and I'm filming on holiday in the bathroom again. But the thing I'd like to talk to you about this time is a few years ago, a friend of mine showed me a music video called The Kill by 30 Seconds to Mars, and then recently I watched a film called The Shining, which is what the music video is based on. There are a lot of references to this film, but it just made me think, why did they choose to base the music video on that film in particular? And I had no idea why, and I haven't done any research on it, so what I'm about to tell you might not be correct, but I've thought about it a lot. I mean, who knows, they might have just chosen The Shining because they like the film, or they thought it would be a good theatrical video. But I've actually come to some kind of conclusion that I think in some ways, arguably, the lyrics of the song are quite reflective of the film, or maybe in some cases the book. So I'll explain. The first thing I'm going to tell you is this film is an 18, but it was made at least 2-3 decades ago. So the 18 that the film is no longer relevant today. I think if the film was made again today, it would be a 15. And I'm not going to describe anything that will scare you if you are younger than 15. I'm just going to make very general comments about the film. So the first thing I'm going to say is that the film is primarily and foremost a horror movie. And the song, by 30 Seconds to Mars, I think has connotations of perhaps a relationship. The lyrics, come break me down, I am finished with you. It kind of insinuates that someone has been trying quite hard to get some kind of attention, and it hasn't worked, and in the end they have gone crazy. And you might think, what's that got to do with The Shining? I will tell you. The tiny bit of research that I have done is that I found out the book is slightly different to the film. And with the book, apparently there are more references to how much Jack Torrance actually does love his family, whereas the film, it shows you more to do with how he is quite aggressive and dismissive towards his family. But no, in the book, apparently, I haven't read it, it kind of describes more that he does love his family. And I think it's quite ironic in the way that, look in my eyes, it's killing me, all I wanted was you. It's the lyrics of the song, but I think in some ways it can relate to The Shining because, well, the idea is that Jack Torrance took on this job so he could be financially stable in order to help his family. So of course he does love his family because he took on this job for them. But the ironic thing is that in the end, taking on this job killed him because he just went crazy. And his wife is saying, oh, we have to leave, we can't stay here. And he's like, no, I have to stay here because I have to make money, And it is, and it does relate to the song in that way, it's killing me, and it does kill him in the end. I'm just going to go through some of the lyrics. Okay, right, so what I noticed is the lyric that kind of repeats throughout the song is, what would you do? Obviously it's a rhetorical question. By that I mean it's one that isn't meant to be answered, it's just like, what would you do? And I think it does relate to the film in the way that I think it relates a lot to his wife. It's like, what if I wanted to laugh it all off in your face? And I think laughing in the film is a sign of his madness. He laughs to himself quite a lot, so it's like saying, he's going crazy, what would you do? And I think it's quite sinister, the what would you do. I think it's like saying, well, what are you going to do about it, because it is kind of like that, isn't it? Like he chases her around the house and he's like, what are you going to do? You can't hurt me. And it can be quite disturbing. And then, what if I fell to the floor? He falls down the stairs. I'm not saying the song was written about the film. I'm just trying to make connections between the music video and its theme. And then it goes, what if I wanted to... Oh, I forgot the words now. Oh yeah, and then it goes, I'm not running from you. And when you hear that lyric, I think in the context of the film, again, it's quite sinister because it's like saying, well, if I'm not running from you, then you'll be the one running from me. You get what I'm saying? It's that whole idea that he's chasing them around the house with the axe. I think that's what it relates to. And then, this is where it gets really interesting, is the bridge. And it goes like, it's got something about that he can't change, and this is who I really am. And that's quite interesting because I think it could relate to the film in the sense that obviously when someone's gone crazy, it's like a psychological illness and you become a different person. And I think the best thing I can relate it to describe it is my friend once tried to tell me that depression is like cancer, and I completely dismissed that idea because I said no, because that's a physical illness and depression is a psychological illness. But then I've actually realised it's alike in the way that once you have cancer, it's not like having a cold where you wait and it's cured. It can't be cured. And I think it's the same with something like depression, where if you have that, you can't just wait for it to go. You need some kind of help in order for it to disappear. And I think it's the same with the illness that Jack Torrance has. It's something that is not going to go away by itself. You get the sense throughout the film that he always has the potential to go crazy because of they make it really obvious, right? They play this creepy music whenever he's on the screen and he looks at you like. The event of staying in this hotel triggers this kind of madness that he kind of succumbs to. So I think that is the idea of this is who I really am. It's saying that he has actually become a different person. And I think I can explain this with depression again. Like, the same person also said to me that if you have depression, apparently it's quite difficult to get help for it because you know that you need help and that you want help, but at the same time apparently you feel as though you don't want to change it because it has become who you are after you've had it for so long. And I think it's the same with Jack Torrance, that he believes this is who he really is. After he has gone mad, he thinks, oh, this is the person I've always been, and of course it's not. It's something that has changed and that he needs help for, but he actually thinks that is who he is. And it's reflected in the video by when Jared Leto is walking down the hallway and sees a double of himself dressed in a different way, and he's actually screaming in his face, this is who I really am. It's as if he's saying, no, you are no longer who you are now me. You've become a different person and you may as well accept it. But of course in reality we know that it is something that needs to be fixed. There are references to The Shining throughout the music video, the characters and the setting, and if you do by any chance know why 30 Seconds to Mars decided to base their music video on the film, please tell me, because I can't think for the life of me what it is. This is obviously just my take on it. There's every possibility I might be wrong, but thank you so much for watching.